Hey, nice to meet you. So, one thing we like to do at Pop Palace is have our guests introduce themselves and tell us one of your earliest memories you have with music.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Pop Palace. I'm Makhyli, and one of my earliest memories I've had with music is I'm a musical theater kid, and I went to a musical theater elementary school. So it would probably be being in Annie. I played Miss Grace, and I'll never
Cute.
forget it.
I have like an early memory of Annie. It was one of the first like musical theater experiences I had. And ever then,
Oh,
I was like, Diva, this is it. I love it.
yes. It's such a good show.
Did you like so your whole like elementary school was like music theater?
It was a creative arts school.
Oh,
So
that's so awesome.
it was amazing. Yeah. So we had like some people have, you know how schools have like you have to take gym like mandatory. So
Mhm.
we did that, but dance was like a mandatory thing. So like all the kids would take dance, and it's so
Shut
weird 'cause
up.
I know looking back, I'm like, this was so crazy. But like the whole school would be covered in murals like made by the kids. We would do like a show for like Black History Month or every celebration. There was always
Uh-huh.
like a performance, and the parents could come in and watch us sing. We would do like we call them lip dubs, but like the whole school would do like lip sync videos through the whole school. Like
Shut
it
up.
was crazy. I
That's like
loved it.
so iconic. I wish
It
I had that.
is. It was like
That's so fun.
victorious.
No, literally, I was just about to say that's like so Victorious coded.
Yes, I loved it.
That's so awesome.
Mhm.
So, you've been doing music professionally since you were 16, signing with a major record deal and being part of an iconic group. How did it
Yeah.
feel to start so young? I feel like that's like a lot of pressure for someone who like can just get their license.
I know, and I still don't even have my license still. It's embarrassing. But I feel like it's just something weird about being young and just
Hmm.
being ignorantly blissful. Like I
Yeah.
just was like, whatever, hey, this is cool. Like, sign here, I'll live here, I don't
Hmm.
care. And honestly, I'm really glad that I had that mindset because I feel like if I didn't, I would be overthinking every
Yeah.
step. But it was just so, I feel like, aligned. I was like, why wouldn't I do this? Like, this is
Hmm.
iconic. And living with four other girls, it just felt like the perfect way to get into the industry because I know how intense it could be. And I feel like I'm feeling a lot of that now that I'm solo. But I'm so grateful for Boys World.
Yeah, for sure. How did
Yes.
like you end up being in a group? Was there like an audition or did it like you like knew these girls that were starting something? How did it come together?
Oh, good question. It's just such a crazy story. So basically for me, my story is a little bit different. All the girls have different stories. But I had moved to LA at 14 because my mom and I were like, we have to make something happen. Basically, she gave me a time slot. She was like, if something doesn't happen within a year, we gotta pack it up.
Hmm.
So I was like, I think it was on my 15th birthday or something. We moved. So within 6 months of moving here, I got the DM because we all got DMs on Instagram from the label.
Hmm.
And they basically were like, do you want to be in a girl group? Do you want to come and like meet people? And it was perfect because my mom got to stay in the house too. So like it took a lot of load off of her because she quit
Yeah.
her job. She did everything. And she's like, I only saved enough money for you to be here for a little bit. So it's
Hmm.
perfect that that all worked out. But yeah, some people like had never moved or never been to LA before. And then they've only come when they moved into the group. So it's like, wild stories, but it
That's
all started
insane.
with the DM. Yeah.
That's crazy. The power of a DM.
I know. It's iconic.
Also,
Mhm.
shout out to your mom. That is like so iconic of her, like fully believing in you and be like, we're doing this.
I don't know how she did that. Like, we left my whole family, my siblings, her job of 10 years. Like, I was homeschooled. I just was like, let's go all in because we originally were like, okay, maybe we can try like by going to Atlanta and just sort of kind of doing it. But we were like, no, like if we're going to do it, let's do it. And it actually started because I had an agent like in Michigan. Like I was still
Hmm.
trying to do modeling and commercials, whatever I could grasp at in Little Michigan. But she told me on speakerphone, she told my mom on speakerphone that she thinks that I'm ready for LA. And my mom didn't want me to hear that because
Uh
she knew it would
huh.
be like, let's go, let's go. And so 2 weeks after that, she was like, I guess we're going.
Ah, that's such an iconic story. I love that so much. Is your
Thank
mom
you.
still in LA or did she move back
Yes.
home?
Oh
She stayed.
no. She's my manager at this point. Like
Hmm.
it's me and her on calls every day. We don't live that far from each other. And I don't know what I would do. Like without her here. I mean, other girls in the group didn't have parents here at all, and I'm just like, how did you? I don't understand. Like me and my mom are like this. Like I need her.
Yeah, and like having that support for someone that's like only has your best intention in mind is like
Yeah,
so nice. Like, because you can like sometimes you just really don't know, but it's your mom. Like,
it's my
she's
mom.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, she knows me, and I also feel like I struggled a lot emotionally in the group. I feel
Hmm.
like just growing up in that, and I was not used to being around people 24/7. And I think with the group, it comes with a lot of communication and being vulnerable and really mature. And so, even for that type of stuff, I needed her there.
Yeah. Were you
Mhm.
with like the other group members like all the time, or did you ever have like time alone, or were you guys?
Mm. We had our own rooms. Okay, so in the first house, we moved into two different houses. The first house, for months and months and months, we decided just to live in the same bedroom. So, like, five girls in a bedroom with like bunk beds.
Uh huh.
And oh my, it was hilarious. Like, if we had cameras on 24/7, we needed a reality show.
I
It was
bet. Yeah.
incredible. But I'm also an introvert. So, at one point, I was like, all right, wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got our own rooms, and that was really nice. But yeah, we rehearsals together, studio time is together, writing songs is together, we're in the car, we all drive together, like everything was together, meetings together, together. So that was like a really interesting thing to navigate, honestly.
Yeah. That's a lot to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But I could see how that could be really fun too, like
It
having all your
is
friends just like with you and sharing that experience.
for sure, especially being so young. And I feel like, yeah, honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to do it any other way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you spent years contributing to a massive collective with with Boys World Sound, but now
Mhm.
you're stepping into your solo era. What's the biggest difference between the stories you told as a group versus the stories you're telling alone?
Yeah, I feel like collectively, Boys World had to be Boys World sound. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
with Boys World, it's five people's perspectives, different tastes. So you never completely fully got me, which I think is beautiful in its own right. You know what I mean? But now that it is just me, I feel like there is more room for me to speak on what I really need to speak on, or what I haven't or wasn't able to speak on in the past. And I feel like it's just really going a lot more in depth. A lot of my music has to do with mental health. A lot of it has to do with things that some people might feel are taboo to speak about,
Mm-hmm.
but I just want to be that passageway and open that door for people to feel, especially women and black women, to feel free to express their feelings and emotions.
Yeah, for sure. Do you have like a creative process when you're like making a song or working on a project, or does like the ideas just kind of come here and there and you like write it down when you can? What's like your creative process like?
Yeah, so I feel like I'm very much a detective in life. Like if
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to something, I have like a like 3 mile long notes app of ideas, concepts. I have them um organized into like sad, experimental, angry, like just concepts. For example, like in the group, I randomly said the word mantrum because we were talking about some like deadbeat guy, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Uh-huh.
he's mantrum. And so we wrote a song about that. So I think any like motifs that I find in life that's sticky to me, like I have like yodeling sounds in my notes app, just so
Cute.
random because you never know where that's gonna go.
Right.
And I'm also just so lucky that my boyfriend's my producer, so I literally like
Mm-hmm.
record right there. So
Cute.
yeah, he's able to really get my creative process and go through with the weird ideas I have.
Yeah, for sure. Do you find yourself like having like random ideas during like a specific moment? Like I feel like I have my best ideas when I'm like, so I work retail, so when I'm like in the heat of a moment like doing my retail job, I'll have
Yeah.
like a really good podcast idea when it's like not convenient. But I feel
Right.
like I usually get my best ideas like when it's not convenient. Do you find yourself
Interesting.
like getting ideas at like a specific time or like
You know
place?
what? There's something weird about my brain that I really love. I'm able to turn that on and off.
Yeah.
Like, I'm able to sometimes, of course, like in the middle of the night. The middle of the night, I get more ideas just career wise,
Mhm.
but music wise, I'm able to sit down, put on the beat, and be like, okay, ideas like start coming. And then for some reason, they either pour out, or because I do have that notes app, I'm able to reference things. Because I think it would be like so chaotic if like I'm driving or something and I have just so many ideas and I got to write it down. So I'm
Hmm.
kind of grateful for that superpower.
No, literally. I've literally like printed a customer's receipt and like started writing on the back like my ideas and like shove it in my pocket.
Yes, I love.
So Hissy Fit is that girl. That is such an iconic song. I've had
Thank
it on
you.
repeat. It's good, like hypes me up before work. Um,
Yes.
what was like the process for creating that song? And was there like a catalyst that like caused you to go into a hissy fit?
Yes. I feel like my whole teen years have been one hissy fit. Um, I was always, I don't want to say trouble, like I was on the streets, but internally, I always felt a lot of emotional chaos. Ever since like the age of 13, I feel like that's when I had a lot of bumping heads with my own mom, but it's because a lot of, in my past, I feel like childhood is where a lot of things kind of went wrong. So I feel like in my teenage years is when it all started coming out.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently, I got diagnosed with BPD, so I realized, oh, that's what's going on with me. Like, hello. And so I think instead of letting that bring me down and bring me shame. I was like, no, like this is a part of who I am. I am in the process of healing and I always feel like that's possible. But in this moment in time, I do have a hard time controlling my emotions. And I'm like, what's a better way to do that and express that than making a song? But I also really wanted to make it feel fun too.
Yeah.
And just that idea of like feminine rage and just not giving a fuck. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really grateful that it came out the way that it did and that people are really resonating with it. Hmm.
Yeah. Do you have
Uh-huh.
like do you envision like listeners listening to Hissy Fit during like a certain experience or like scenario that they like hit play?
I feel like it could be with anything. Like literally, let's say your situationship just ended, or like a guy's being like really annoying, or even if you like want to dye your hair at 3 a.m. and you're just like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, F it, like I'm just gonna chop it off. I
Yeah.
feel like in the car at night and you're driving and you're just gonna like I love the idea of just living in your chaos. So anything that you feel like, YOLO, like whatever, turn
Yeah.
on Hissy Fit.
Mm-hmm. I love
Mhm.
that. That's so fun. So
Yes.
in the line you say, "Here I go being a bitch again." Do you believe that like when women act powerful and are expressing their feelings, they're often labeled as bitches, while men who are experiencing like the same behavior are seen as like powerful or I don't know, they're like that's a man. Do you
A
like
hundred
feel that
percent.
experience?
Yes. And I feel like that is so frustrating. And that's what I
Mhm.
want to speak to with women. It is that kind of contradiction in that, forked road of like, okay, I'm being assertive, but okay, now all of a sudden I'm a bitch. Or I'm speaking my mind, but if he does it, it's like, oh, what a guy?
Yeah.
But I feel like in that specific lyric, I love that interpretation because it is like that and that is upsetting. But I literally feel like here I go being a bitch again. Like I am a bitch sometimes, like a
Yeah.
really bad bitch. And I'm like, and not in a good way. So I think that's me like having some self-awareness and being like that sense of guilt that I feel like after I blow up on somebody that I love, after I say something that I know I didn't mean, it's like, oh, here I go again. And that's where that guilt kind of comes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, I totally relate to that. We're like we're going through the conversation again and be like, I was
Yeah.
unintentionally being like such a bitch, but
Yeah. I did not have to be that mean. Yeah.
but like when you're in the moment, sometimes it's just like hard to really know that
No,
line.
no, like it's hard to keep your mouth shut until you go too far.
Yeah, especially
Mhm.
me pre mood stabilizers. I was like, I'm just saying whatever I had to say.
Exactly. Regret it later.
Yeah. So, as a woman navigating the industry, do you feel like you face certain challenges that a man in the same space wouldn't have faced?
Gosh, that's what I'm afraid of. Like, I feel like right now I'm at the point where I'm not big enough for that to happen. I
Hmm.
think soon, of course, it probably is. I just don't really realize it. But I think soon, because I really noticed a thing. Oh, you discover this girl, this artist, she's amazing, like on TikTok or whatever, and she's blowing up, and then there always becomes a certain point where everyone just starts hating on her for
Yep.
nothing. No, out of nowhere. Tearing her down, tearing her down, tearing her down. Be like, oh, she's not even good. Where does she come from? And everything is like under a microscope. And I know that that point probably will come for me.
Hmm.
But I'm like, you know what? As long as I stay authentic to myself and I know I didn't switch up. I'm still doing me. I feel like the people that will love me and find me will always be there. But I give women in this industry all of my love. I
Mm-hmm.
applause because literally, like, it's not even just it's your weight. It's oh my gosh, she got Botox. Wait, oh my gosh, she didn't get Botox. She looks too old. It's like you really can't do anything right.
Yeah.
And so I think the way that I'm going to navigate that is someone is always going to be mad. Everyone's always going to be mad in the first place. So you might as well just do what you want. That's how I hope I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to be able
I
to
love
keep
that.
the mindset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
Hmm.
like the right audience will be there and they'll be like
Yeah.
appreciative. And I feel like that's like the whole point.
Yes, I'll try to keep my focus on that for sure because I know that there's so many people and there's so many people that need artists' art, and
Mm-hmm.
I feel like sometimes we can forget that. We can forget the reason that we are making music in the first place. So I'm gonna always try to remember that.
Yeah. And like
Mhm.
a personal anecdote, like I'm a gay person in Oklahoma. And so like
Mm,
listening to like those pop girlies growing up really gave me that like confidence to be like proud of
yeah,
who I am and give me that confidence
yeah,
because I don't see other people like me. And so it really does like change people's lives.
for sure.
And you're
Yeah.
doing that. Like that's so iconic. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah, I think even me being from Grand Rapids, Michigan, I was always the only black girl, always. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care where I went. And I think because my mom did put the energy and effort into getting me into spaces that, a lot of times I didn't see people like me. Like she would try to get me into high level. I was in like Piano Cottage Rocks, which is basically like all the kids from the city who are like talented would audition and do shows. And it was really disheartening sometimes looking around and being like, am I the only one here? And
Mm-hmm.
so I did navigate struggles of, not wanting to be myself, wanting to fit into other crowds. But I think one, moving to LA, and two, growing up, I think I just realized there's so much beauty in being me. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't want to go back. Yeah.
Do you ever go back to Michigan and visit?
I do. And honestly, I love it. Like the last time I just went maybe a week ago for my dad's wedding. And I was like, this is just so beautiful. It's beautiful in a different way. First of all, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's really coming up, and I see a lot of like Black Lives Matter. I see pride flags around, and I'm so proud. But also, it's just a great pause from all of the busyness and the chaos of LA. Like, I feel
Yeah.
like you need somewhere to kind of escape for a little bit, and
Mm-hmm.
Michigan is definitely that place. Like, that's where all my family still is. Like, I have four other siblings. I have sisters. Like, it's crazy. It's a whole different life. I love it there.
I love Michigan. I got a visit last summer.
Really?
Um, and I went to Kalamazoo to see Chapel Roan and visit a friend. And it is so gorgeous and
Isn't it
pretty. Like all the
gorgeous?
trees and the water. Like
Yeah.
I want to go back so bad. I
So
love
all the
it.
lakes, Kalamazoo, that's
Mm-hmm.
literally so close to me. Like I can see it in my mind. That's
Oh my
crazy.
gosh, yeah. And like I was surprised like I didn't have any like preconceived notions and like we
Yeah.
went to a farmer's market and there's like so many gay people and like not just like young
Love.
gay people but like older gay couples. It was like so
Yay.
amazing. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so
So
glad. How
shout
was
out
Chapel?
Michigan.
Yes,
Oh
you
my god,
were.
it was so iconic.
I'm sure.
Um we bought tickets like a long time so I got like really good spot and
Good for you.
yeah. And
I'm
like the
jealous.
outfits. Yeah. I love her. It was so fun.
Oh, love.
So, when you're not doing music, how are you spending your time? How are you taking care of yourself?
Well, I'm a spiritual baddie, I will say.
Mhm.
So if I'm not doing music, I'm manifesting. I feel like I love affirmations. I do a lot of journaling and I love the woo-woo stuff. I feel like
Yeah.
music in doing this industry, you have to keep your mind conditioned. And
Mhm.
it's like a 24/7 thing because it's so easy, I feel like, to compare yourself and to feel like you're not doing enough. So honestly, if I'm not actively doing the music, I'm trying to keep the mindset of a successful musician. Like that's
Yeah.
what I'm doing, honestly.
Yeah. Are you working on any projects that are out right now that we could get like a little sneak peek about what's coming?
Yes, and also I forgot to mention, but I also do acting too. So I've been doing like a lot of acting as well.
OMG.
Yes, I want to get more into voiceover acting too, and I also
Mhm.
make music for like sync, so like TV shows and
Yeah.
video games, stuff like that. So I'm always busy doing something. I also want to get more like, well, I really direct all of my videos and all my everything, but directing, creative directing, I love doing as well. Just anything really creative. But one of my goals in the future is to work with horses and children. I love like
Mhm.
something about animals and
Yeah.
kids. They're just so they just have so much love. But
Yeah.
something I currently am working on, I am working on my EP. I will say,
Okay.
it doesn't have a specific, I
Exciting.
know, a specific date that I'm in the works. I'm always thinking about my album as well. It's just
Yeah.
like a whole. My next single, I can actually tell you a little bit about it.
Ooh,
I'll
yay.
save the name, but it's basically about, so I'm a very paranoid person. Like,
Mhm.
I always think I'm gonna be kidnapped. Like, ugh, let me not say that, knock on wood.
Yeah, I'd be
But
like, don't put that
good
out there.
energy. Yeah, good vibes, good vibes. But yeah, so I feel like my idea and paranoia, I feel like it's not really talked about a lot in music, especially as a
Mhm.
woman out in the world and in
Yeah.
society. So I'll just say that my next song is a little bit paranoid.
I can't wait. With
Thanks.
acting, or do you usually like have like specific roles you go for, or like what kind of acting is it like? Are you in like shows, or is it like a live acting thing? What is the
Yeah.
vibes?
Yeah, so I do a lot of they have like verticals that you watch like on your phone.
Mhm.
I do those like that. I'm in like YouTube series too. There's like Darman that they do like acting skits and things like that. So a lot of
Yeah.
times, yeah, it's like cute, it's fun. But a
Yeah,
lot
that's
of
so fun.
times, yeah, I play cheerleader, like a mean cheerleader. I don't
Uh,
know, something
Iconic.
about my
I
look.
love
Yeah,
that.
it's so fun. It's so fun. But I think acting recently I just did a role where my character got hit by a car and like it was this big emotional crying
Oh
scene and
my gosh.
that was really hard for me. That was a stretch. Like I feel like we need to give more props to the vulnerability that
Mhm.
it takes. I think some people just see like, wow, like that was a good movie or that was a good show.
Right.
But being on the other side of it, it is to me it's very awkward. Like
Oh, I
I cannot
bet.
believe I'm crying with a stranger right now. What the heck? But
Mhm.
I really think that that helps also with music and breaking down those walls. Mm.
Can you cry on command?
I could. I mean,
Like, did you have to like cry? Like, did you have to like start sobbing?
yes, yes, I
Oh
did.
my
And you know what's
gosh.
so hard about it is then they say cut, and then everyone's chit chatting and
And then
giggling, and
they're
it's like,
just like, fine.
yes, I'm like, dang, like let me get my tears back, you know. But I think as I do more of it, it'll become easier.
Would you ever see yourself doing like um a video, like an acting series that coincides with your music?
Yes, I feel like acting and music really go hand in hand. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be so cool to like even music videos incorporate a lot of acting or even doing a show like where my music is in my own show. Like there's just
Yeah.
so much you can do. So I definitely am going to be probably always incorporating acting. And when I'm like I think like 30s or 40s, I think I want to be on Broadway cuz like I
Mm-hmm.
could not take the theater kid out of myself, you
Oh, I
know?
could
So
totally see you being on Broadway. Like, that would be such a
I
moment. I would love
would
that.
love it. I'm just so dramatic. It's perfect.
So, one last question I have. We ask everyone on Pop Palace, kind of
Okay.
going after the royal theme of the palace.
Yes.
So, you're imagine a royal court. You're in the throne, you're the queen, and you have two to three musical idols or influences surrounding you in the court. Who would they be?
Oh, here he. Let me
Yeah.
see. Okay. I think I have my girl Dochi to my right.
Mm-hmm.
Love Dochi.
Love.
Oh my gosh. Okay. And honestly, little maybe Doja to
Okay,
my
yeah.
left. I love a singing, dancing, rapping woman. Like I
Mm-hmm.
just love that. I love putting on a show. So those are who I would have in my court.
Period. I love that. Doja, this is like so random and like, yeah, so random. But randomly, I got to see Doja Cat. I brought my dad because I didn't have anyone to go with. And
Really?
he's like really like basic and like boring white man. No offense, dad. But he was like blown away. He still talks about it years later about how like Doja Cat was like the best concert he's ever
Oh
seen.
my, I'm
And I'm like, that's
sure.
a testament. Like, she put on that show.
Yeah, she can get
Yeah.
the dads jumping. I love
Mm-hmm.
that. I need to see her. I need to see both of them one day. I will sell my arm. Like, I need to do that.
Right. I want to see Doja for her new era, like the 80s, like icon era.
So
So cute.
great. So great.
Well, thank you so much for joining me. It was so lovely to meet you. I know our audience is going to be so excited.
Oh, yay.
Do you
Thanks
have,
for having me.
of course, do you have any last things or things you want to shout out before you go?
Sure. Well, You can find me everywhere at Makhyli. That's at Makhyli. And I'm constantly documenting my journey of being an artist in LA. If you want to see, I would love to have you there.
Yay! And then I'll tag and post all about you. So everyone go
Yeah, I'm
listen.
excited to see.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
You too. This was fun. You're
It was
so
so
great to
great to
talk
meet
to.
you. Oh, thank you so much.
Of course.